Oh, it didn't work. No, there we go. No, it's good. All right. And bam. All right. Folks, how we doing this afternoon / evening? Welcome back. Sorry, just getting things set up. And we are live. Okay, we're good to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live edition of Domagon Sports Talk, the show. We not only talk about everything Baltimore Ravens, but around the NFL. But today it is a live post-game show. The Ravens defeat the Minnesota Vikings 27-19 in Minneapolis, and the Ravens get a much-needed victory, improving to 4-5. 1.5 game out of first place. The Seahawks got to play their game tonight. So we'll see if that jumps to 1 or 2. Go Chargers! We need the Chargers to get this victory because we just do, because we want the division. So anyway, we're here to talk about this matchup. Good game for the Ravens. I mean, there were some shaky moments, but a tough, gritty victory on the road, extending their win streak to 3 straight, which is great. And I'm ready to sit here and break it down for you bit by bit. Dom, how you doing today?
Doing good, man. Good to have 3 straight victories. Vikings were not able to throw a wrench in our plans, so I'm cool with it. Saw some things I liked, saw some things I didn't like. Let's talk about it.
Let's jump right in. Instant takeaways. I feel like the defense is played with a lot of aggression today. They were hitting, they were tackling, they were just making it not as easy as they were a few weeks ago and before the bye week, and that's what we want to see. I mean, McCarthy was clearly flustered out there, making a lot of bad decisions, even with not a consistent pass rush or under pressure for the most part, I thought, because there were moments where he was, and we'll talk about that, but I thought the secondary and the linebackers were everywhere today. They were flying. And while there were chinks in the armor, they did give up a couple plays. They were handling business for the most part. So shout out to the defense and for getting the job done on that last drive too, to seal the victory, because we've seen that story before. Multiple score leads with less than 10 minutes to go in the game. They credit to them for getting it done, because it was starting to see some of the same crap that we saw. But nope, they shut the door on that, so that was phenomenal. Thank goodness. Let's jump into it, though. How about we do some stats? Boom.
Yuri, thank you for joining the chat. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you. And everyone else who's in here, too. Looking at the offensive side of things, I guess we'll start with that, since that's what we see on the left-hand side. Lamar, pretty efficient passing stats today. Only 17 for 19, 176, a touchdown, and 0 interceptions. Bateman did have a drop, and that could have maybe made the stats look a little bit better. But it was tough out there. It was tough sledding. The offensive line, not too good today overall on the pass block. I mean, it looked like they were living on the edge, just barely getting by. Lamar was getting rid of the ball quickly, getting the quick passing game going, lots of screens and slants and hitches, especially in the red zone on one of those plays to extend the drive. So that was good to see. I mean, thank credit to Monken for adjusting to what was happening, but we need to see a little bit more push from the offensive line, honestly, especially in the pass rush department. Running the ball, pretty solid, 36 carries, 152, only 4.2 yards a carry. But again, they were churning out yards late in the game, and that was what was great. That touchdown drive at the end to go up, 27-13, Henry was really churning out yards, and that was great to see. Like, they stuck to it, and that was what they needed to do. It was really tough. I know I went into this game trying to preach unpredictability. That was pretty tough to go on when your pass blocking is not doing what it needs to do. So credit to them for staying true to who they were, and that is running the football, keeping the defense honest, and they did that. So good job. Keaton Mitchell sprinkled in as well, 4 for 31. He did have that burst on that inside give. I thought he was going to break it for a second. It was close. But I think they should have used him a little bit more in the second half. I didn't see him at all in the second half, honestly. Maybe he was in there for one play or two, but I think he should have gotten more carries. And by the way, you don't always have to run a toss play when Keaton's on the field, because one of them, they ran it one too many times and he got blown up for a loss. You don't have to run it every play. Just the threat of having him on the field brings a different element. And he did do a lot on that toss play, but he also almost broke that inside zone when Lamar was under center. So keep giving him carries is what I'm saying. Okay, keep sprinkling him in, because he is very, very, very valuable and he could be explosive at any moment. But overall offense, I think the rhythm of this offense, at times there was rhythm, but a lot of times there weren't. So we need to get that consistency up for the next couple weeks, because we got good defenses coming our way, starting with the Cleveland Browns. I know they're 2-7 and they lost today, but they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. So it all starts up front. We need to see a little bit better job from the O-line. And I know we're going to say the same thing about Daniel Falele and Voorhees, but that's the starting five they're going for. So we just got to work on it, practice it, try to get in sync a little bit more, get a little bit more power, and hopefully the offense will be a little bit more consistent in the coming weeks. But they did good enough today. I just talked for a long time. Go ahead, Dom. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I didn't agree. I didn't disagree with a lot of what you said. Lamar was really dialed in. He got the ball out quickly, hit his receivers, like you said, slants, hitches, just making sure that pressure didn't really get to him as much. It started off slow, of course. We had a 3-and-out to start the game. Vikings look like, it could have been one of those days, but it seems like they've really hunkered down and adjusted to Brian Flores' pressure. I mean, we all, like I said, we mentioned it in the pregame show, talking about Brian Flores and his ability to really make our lives miserable when it comes to that blitzing scheme that he does. But it seems as though they really handled it well. They were able to. The only thing I really will say, a couple of things I didn't like, our red zone play calling. I think we need to hunker down better in the red zone, like especially when the offense on the other side is making a mistake and we get the ball in their territory, we got to start taking advantage of that as an offense. Too many empty trips in the red zone, in my opinion. We had a lot of drives in Vikings territory. Didn't cap them all with 7. Obviously, I know you're not going to get 7 every single drive, but some of those possessions, man, you got to get more push. We need to see better from the offensive line, and we need to see good scheming from Monken. Other than that, the drops were a bit of a concern to start, but it seems that they picked up things in the second half. Like I said, that first pass to Andrews that could have almost been at least to the goal line or maybe a touchdown. Andrews dropped. We had
I think he heard footsteps coming, honestly, because the safety was there to hit him, and he kind of completely missed.
And it just dropped. I mean, it hit his hands. Yeah. I mean, if it hits your hands, you got to catch it.
Yeah. You got to be aware of the hits incoming. It's football.
Yeah. We had the likely drop, the Bateman drop that could have been a touchdown. He redeemed himself after that, though, getting us to the goal line to score. But yeah, I liked what I saw. I liked some things I saw from the offense. The play calling was cool to pretty much end the game to seal it. I liked how you mentioned earlier they never gave up on the run game. They stayed consistent with it, even though it didn't work all that great to start. Henry got finished with 20 for 75. He got some runs to try to help us seal it. And I would like to see a little bit more of Keaton Mitchell. I mean, 4 carries is cool, but I think if you really want to give Henry some rest and if you want to mix things in, give him some more touches. Why not? I mean, he's electric out there. It's absolutely coaching malpractice, the fact that Keaton Mitchell did not start the majority of the beginning of the season because of special teams. Like, it's crazy to me how he did not start. I mean, he's electric. So I would like to see more of him down the line. I mean, we're going to need every weapon we can get on this offense to keep it moving, to keep it clicking. But other than that, man, offense did what it could. We need to see improvements. Of course, it'll come. I'm hoping as the season continues to mesh on as Lamar's back. But all in all, offense, do your best. Keep it pushing.
Yeah. And again, we had a pretty good Baltimore, a pretty good, what's the word for it? I can't speak today. A variety of pass catchers today. I mean, if you look at the stats, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different people catch passes. And I love how they were able to get Derrick Henry involved in some of the passing game. There were some play actions when the Ravens were kind of stuck in the muck. They kept Henry on the field. They ran a play action. They tossed it to him, and he got a first down. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you want to see. You don't want to just give it away as 100% run when Henry's on the field or a 0% run when Henry's off the field. I mean, you want to mix it in. So that was really good to see that. Because don't just give it away. Mix it up and make the defense be prepared for both run and pass when the King is in the backfield. So I thought that was cool to get him going a little bit. I think that's pretty good for offense. So like we said, just to, summarize, decent enough. They got it done, but this game could have been over a lot earlier if they were able to score touchdowns in the red zone, especially those last 2 field goals they kicked, the third and the fourth one to make it 12-10. Man, that one on the goal line right there, when they ran it, then do 2 play actions. Credit to the defense. They played good, but you just like to see a little bit better play calling and run schemes there. I didn't see Ricard in the backfield for either of those play actions, by the way, either. So
he could have been lined up. He could have been lined up like on the offensive line, if I'm not mistaken, like actually lined up across.
But I like him in the backfield. I mean, he's like a Henry 2.0. If you get him running and then he hits somebody, he's going to get some pushback.
I mean, shoot, he got to carry today. So
he did out of the I form. The I form Patrick Ricard is what I love to see. When he gets that running start to block, look out. You're going to get pancaked. But yeah.
Why don't we see more of that? Why don't we see more of that as well? Like, why don't we give it to Ricard on those short yardage situations? Like, if we feel like he can get it. I mean, like, I'm not obviously don't make it predictable, like do it all the time. But I'm just saying, like, mix it in. Why not? I mean, he's a big body. Like, he can probably hit somebody. That's just me. But yeah, I like seeing that though. I like seeing him get a carry and just mixing it up a little bit.
And it was better and the one last little trend that I do want to address, the third and shorts, it's not where it needs to be, but we were able to get yardage on some of these third and shorts today, which was great. But we still need to do a little bit better job. It's trending in the right direction, but like you said, it starts with the offensive line. All right, defense. This is the part of the ball that I would like to talk about. They did a very nice job today. They got absolutely dog-walked on the first drive, and I'm like, oh, God. I was a little bit concerned because it just looked easy. I mean, there was no pressure. McCarthy threw an absolute perfect pass to Naylor on the sideline, took it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Aaron Jones. And I'm like, gosh, this is going to be a nasty game, isn't it? But no, credit to them. They tightened up. They started forcing turnovers. They got McCarthy out of rhythm. They made the running game an almost non-factor. So that might be a little bit of both the Vikings and the Ravens, because the running stats for the Vikings were actually pretty good. I mean, Aaron Jones, 9 for 47, Mason, 4 for 25. But I think as the game went on, they had to slowly get away from that because they were losing. But they were – and McCarthy, I think, was the leading rusher, right? 5 for 48. Wow, because he got a lot of those at the end of the game. You just want to see it's kind of like what I said about the offensive line. You just got to fine tune some things. That's you have to on the defensive line. The run D is still shoddy. It is. I think you need to either make some roster moves within your team. Like I said, no Aeneas Peebles today. We talked about it in the pregame live. I think you still need to give him a chance. It's just not consistent enough for me to be good. So you either use Aeneas Peebles or you go out and try to get a potential free agent signing, maybe Linval Joseph, somebody like that. I don't know. But it wasn't good enough for me today in the middle. So we need to get that going. Positives, though, secondary. It was, I don't want to say a no-fly zone, but it was pretty tough today for those receivers. Naylor had a good game, but after that 63-yard catch, he was kind of bottled up until the very end of the game. Justin Jefferson, not much. He had a penalty from Chidobe Awuzie, but he was kind of locked up the whole game too. Addison, I don't even remember him getting a catch. Maybe he did.
He did get a catch.
Let's see, Jordan Addison, he only had 3 catches, 35. Okay, but that's not bad. One of them came on a long 26-yarder. So again, this team was wrapping up. They were tackling. I mean, shout out to Teddy Buchanan. I thought that kid played one of his best games of the season today. I mean, the kid was flying around, making every tackle, and not allowing any extra yardage. It was just phenomenal to see. So I was happy with the defensive performance. There was a little – and Draymond Jones, you can see the pressure he is providing on these quarterbacks. So hopefully we can continue to see that down the road. That was really good. He didn't get a sack, but he was around in the backfield a lot today. And that was really good to see. So shout out to this Ravens defense for making the tackles, getting enough pressure on the quarterback to get it done, and forcing the turnovers, being opportunistic on those plays, forcing the fumbles on the kick returns and special teams, and then catching the interceptions that are thrown to them. So, yeah, shout out to this defense. I think Roquan Smith got robbed today on that final interception. But who am I to say? Maybe they saw something I didn't. I didn't think the ball moved. But I thought this defense turned in a very opportunistic performance in today's victory. So, shout out to them.
I agree. Defense has definitely made some strides these past couple of weeks. They've caught a lot of flack the first few weeks, allowing monumental performances, 40-point games. I mean, it was bad. It was bad to start the year, but I mean, you see them start to show up a little bit. You see them start to kind of tighten up and fine tune the things that they were messing up in the first couple of weeks. Coverage has been really well. Jefferson and Addison didn't have great days today. Naylor, like you said, had that really big bomb, the 62-yarder to set up the first touchdown for the Vikings today. But after that, I mean, it was pretty solid coverage for a majority of that game from the secondary. They've been playing well, and you see that Orr has been getting pretty nice with the blitz schemes. I mean, you see Kyle Hamilton coming off from away. You see Teddy Buchanan coming off from a spot. You see Roquan. So, I mean, he's mixing it up from the guys he's sending to where the guys are dropping back. I mean, you see some improvement, but there are still things that need to be improved. I did see that JJ still had a decent amount of time in the pocket for some plays when we weren't blitzing. We didn't really succeed in getting a lot of interior pressure in on him for this game. Draymond Jones, like you said earlier, I liked what I saw. He definitely dialed up some good pressure to JJ. You saw him in the backfield a couple of times, so I appreciate him. That's the juice you need. That's the kind of juice you need for a defensive line that's been struggling for majority of the year, and Draymond definitely brings that. We'll see how that trade looks to continue the year. But so far, I mean, I like what I saw from Draymond. Malachi Stark, second interception in the same amount of games. Love to see it. Tracked the ball well as it was going to Jefferson. He hurdled over, got it. Love that for him. Marlon Humphrey, pick.
He made some good tackles today, too. Speaking of
Malachi. Yeah, good
he's stepping his play up here, which is great.
Love to see it. Marlon Humphrey interception. I mean, I think that was his first. That's not his first pick of the year, is it?
Might be.
Yeah, but he had an interception today. Love to see it. 3 turnovers for this Ravens team today. I mean,
that's 6 in the last 2 games.
1 coming from special teams. I love it. Shout out to Keandre Jackson, who has officially made the 53-man roster for forcing that fumble, getting us that ball. That's the stuff you need. Plays like that. Like, you need this defensive special teams was big today and a lot. And Stout has been punting really, really well. So all year. So shout out to him as well. So I love to see the improvements from these guys. We have to continue to get better, though. I mean, these squads are only going to get more tougher as the year goes on. We still have a tough Green Bay squad we have to face. We have a tough Patriot squad we have to face. So it's not going to get any easier. So you want to continue to see improvement. But all in all, I think this defense showed up. I think it showed up today. They've been playing with so much effort these last few weeks, the most effort we've seen in the first few weeks. Obviously, we were dealing with injuries at the time, but this team is healthy at the right time. They're winning games and stretching out winning streaks at the right time, and I'm excited to see it. Let's just continue to see this defense improve. I still would like to see some adjustment in the interior, but other than that, I like what I saw today.
Yeah, most definitely. I think the turnovers were the biggest things to highlight because they just haven't been forcing them. But after the bye week, they've been getting very timely turnovers. The Bears game, the Nate Wiggins pick, the Dolphins game, those interceptions, this game, those fumbles on the kickoff. I mean, that was about as timely as you could get. When you just kicked the field goal, took the lead, then you get the ball right back. Then you punch it in for a touchdown. I mean, complimentary football, that's what that means. So it's good to see a little bit of that happening. So that's what good football teams do. They play complementary to each side of the ball, and the Ravens are starting to do that a little bit on this little win streak they've got going. So let's see if they can keep that up. I'm excited. This was a good win. The Vikings were not a terrible team. They were 4-4. They just upset the Detroit Lions, a team that went into Baltimore and absolutely manhandled us on the line of scrimmage. So this was a pretty stout team on offense and defense, honestly. And the Ravens just took care of business. They made it tough. And they walk out of here with a 27-19 victory. Hard fought, improving to 4-5. So shout out to the Ravens for getting it done. Now we need the Chargers to please handle your business at home against those Pittsburgh Steelers. So please,
for sure. If the Steelers can get a loss tonight and we move just one game back, I mean, who knows, man?
Then we could potentially have the discussion of being first place if we win next week.
If we can win that, getting to 500 will still mean a lot. Whether the Steelers win or lose tonight or not, getting to 500 is still going to mean a lot. But a loss for the Steelers tonight would go a very, very long way.
Jacksonville took a loss today as well to the Texans. Unbelievable comeback. It was 29-10, I think, and the Texans ended up winning it in the final couple plays. Cam Little was unable to get that opportunity to drill a 70-yarder to try to win the game. So I think if we just focus on winning our games, I'm not even going to talk about playoffs. I'm just going to say
it's a 500.
Continue to win. Yep. Well, 500 and then more.
No, yeah, I'm just saying. I know you're saying you're just focused on winning our games. I'm just saying you got to take it week to week. So I'm just saying get to 500 next week, and you take everything how you can.
I think everything will work itself out if we just continue to win and doing our thing each week in and out. So we'll see what happens. We will, but we're proud of the team. They did a good job today. We are excited. They just look like they're having fun now too. I mean, both sides of the ball, they're smiling a little bit after some cool plays. They're bolstering up their teammates when they make plays. Those end zone celebrations. They just look like they're having fun, and that is key. Something we were not seeing in that losing streak.
Yeah, for sure. And if we can, just looking at our schedule, man, these next 4 weeks, like Browns, Jets, Bengals on Thanksgiving, and then Steelers. Who knows? Like, if you can win those games, go on a run. Who knows?
Look at the Buffalo Bills today. They got blown out by a team that we absolutely blown out and we didn't get any credit for.
There you go.
So I can't wait to see what the sports talks say tomorrow. Because all day last week, Ravens went in there and blown out Dolphins. The topic headline, are you impressed by the Ravens winning big against the Dolphins? No. And that was the main answer. No, we're not. It's blowing out the Dolphins does nothing for me. Well, what about the Bills getting blown out by the Dolphins? So I don't know. Maybe it's either A, the Dolphins are not as bad as their record says, or B, the Bills are a little fraudulent in some areas. So I don't know. We'll see.
It's going to be crazy to see how this transpires because the Bills and Chiefs, they were wild card teams. And the funny thing is, I think
the Chiefs are not right now. The Chiefs are in the hunt. They are outside looking in right now because of that loss to Jacksonville.
Yeah. So who knows?
Who also lost today. So I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen here. But Ravens, keep winning, keep doing your thing, keep focusing on.
That's all they can do
each week.
Keep trying to win,
and then other stuff will work itself out. It really will.
There you go. Perfect way to do it. Go 1-0 every week. That's all you can think about. Go 1-0 every week.
Enjoy this win. Enjoy the flight home, and then get right to work on Cleveland. So that's the road ahead. You said it was Cleveland and then back home after a 3-game road stand against the New York Jets, and then our big Thanksgiving showdown with Flacco and the Bengals, which if we can win these next two, can set up some major implications. So
that Flacco game could be another tough one. We will have to see. I'm a little. That's going to be a good litmus test.
Make sure you stuff your face full of turkey and gravy for that one. But first, I will be in Cleveland next week to attend the Browns-Ravens game. We're going on a little trip. We're going to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My mom and I were going to explore the city a little bit, and then we're going to head to, First Energy Stadium? Is that what it's called?
I believe that's what it's called.
To see those Baltimore Ravens take on the Cleveland Browns as a visiting fan. I've never been to the stadium and never been to a Browns game.
Huntington Bank Field is where it's called. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What is First Energy Stadium? You sure that's not what it's called too? I don't know. Whatever. It's the same thing. Either way. We'll be there. I'm staying in the city for 3 nights. It's the game's at 4:20, I think, right? 4:25. So we won't be coming back Sunday night because we'll hopefully be celebrating if we can take care of business, which I think we should, and hopefully we will. So, but we'll talk about that this week. But yeah, for now, enjoy the win, Ravens fans. We deserve to celebrate a little bit. Kick back, watch the rest of the games today, and tune in tonight, Sunday night, to watch the Chargers hopefully defeat the Steelers. But anyway, I think we've talked a lot. I think we've covered everything we need to. Thanks for stopping by. We had a lot of people in and out. We appreciate you. Don't forget to leave a like or subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content, because we are here 3 times a week, whether it is recorded videos or live streams. You will see us 3 times a week on one of those platforms, okay? But, well, you know what's consistent is YouTube. That's where we are, the channel Dom and Gon Sports Talk. Follow us on Instagram, too, for quick highlight reels from our shows as well. But anyway, Dom, you got any last things you want to talk about? Because I think we're ready to head out.
No, sir. Good win for the Ravens, 4-5. This was a tough team. You got the win. Now you don't take any opponent for granted for these next couple of weeks. Get out there, get a win. I don't care if you're up 40. You continue to stomp on people's necks. Let's get to 500.
Let's get to 500 and let's bolt up tonight, Ravens flock. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, Herbert and the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh. We're rooting for you.
Herbie.
Maybe John can give his brother a call and say, hey.
Dude, that's the least he can do. The least he can do for his brother is go and beat the Steelers for the heck of it. Like, come on. Yeah. Just do it. Just do it one time.
You know you want to. You know you want to.
Like, come on.
All right, well, we'll be back in a few days here, okay, for probably predictions and pregame. We'll have to figure out the situations because I'll be going away on Friday. But we'll probably get time. I'll bring my computer and stuff so I can record in the hotel if we need to. We'll figure it out. But you will see us again soon. Thanks again for tuning in. Ravens take the win, improve to 4-5. Need to get to 500 next week. This is Domagons, and we're signing out. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and let's go Ravens.